for the opening and the remarks. Minister, when you have a stable board that is appointed and you have stable management, there's always progress. And over the past few years, those results of stability are really bearing fruit. The Deputy Minister, the Minister of Transport, doesn't need any introduction. She has been in the transport sector for years, a Deputy Minister of the Department of Transport, and have led a number of programs in terms of the work that we do. I'll then take this opportunity to invite the Honorable Minister to come and address the staff.
Thank you very much, Program Director, DDG, responsible for Rail Branch in the Department of Transport, Mr. Makaipia. Let me also acknowledge the presence of the acting chairperson for this gathering, Ms. Mpie, together with board members of PRASA, and of course, board members of PRASA subsidiaries. Deputy Director General responsible for roads, DDG Hlabisa, Group CEO, Mr. Imaram, Chief of Staff, Ms. Zandi Lemtembu, members of the PRASA executive, as well as members of staff of PRASA. My name is Sindisiwe Chikunga, born Magaba, or Gaba, so that if there is any Gaba here, you can declare. Also, we are joined by DDG Matabat, so that I don't make the mistake. Let me take this opportunity to appreciate the Department of Transport, as well as the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, for the collective effort made to move the people of South Africa through the passenger rail transport. Furthermore, Program Director, allow me to specifically extend a word of gratitude to PRASA as a group and Autopox board and board members, management and staff for making a difference in the lives of the rural poor through the intervention made yesterday, in fact, on the 18th during Mandela Day at the Lepong Village, Ndwandwe Primary School. You brought life to those children, and you brought alive the principle and values of commemorating that International Mandela Day. The day's theme was, "It is in our hands." And PRASA proved that we make significant difference when we are intentional to support and uplift the disadvantaged in our communities. Just for those who did not attend, we donated laptops, 12 of them, school shoes to all the children of that school. What else? We dish them food. Yes, of course, hats and scarves and everything. If you are employed and you are able to afford for your children, this might not mean anything to you. But to those children, those poor children, it meant so much. I said to the SABC guys that were there, I said, if you can cover on TV these children, because just them appearing on TV may motivate them to become somebody's tomorrow. And I said this from experience. At some stage when I was a member of parliament, I flew some 5 children from the poorest of the poor in the area of Mayflower to Cape Town to attend the State of the Nation address. Then the president was President Mbeki. They'd never been out of Mayflower because they couldn't afford anything, not even to go to Emelo, the nearest town. Today, those 5 children, 2 are doctors, 1 is a lawyer, and 2 they are engineers. It came out of just making them aware that there is life outside Mayflower and outside their poverty. So what we did in that rural school, you drive until you forget as to whether there are people where you're going. But there are people there, and there are children there that too deserve whatever that we did and even more. So just we really want to thank you for that. We could have decided to go to Mamelodi. It's closer to us, to Soweto. And I'm not suggesting that people in Soweto are not poor, but we decided to drive all the way to Kwandwandwe. It was for the first time that I was there. You drive on the tar road, and then on the potholed tar road, and then gravel road. And somewhere you just don't know whether you are still traveling or driving to school or not. But we all managed to just drive to that school and to donate those things. Today, those children, at least they will be able to log in. You know, I always say, for those who have no experience of these things, some of us do. High school, you are known to be very intelligent. Next thing, you go to tertiary institutions, and for the first time, you see a laboratory. Others, they've seen a laboratory. For the first time, you see a library. Others have seen a library. Today, you first time see, for the first time, you see a laptop or a computer. Others have laptops and iPads. Just because you're seeing these things for the first time, so you're not able to log in, you're not able to look for a book, you're not able to know what to do in a laboratory. You look dumb and you feel stupid suddenly. And many of the children, they drop out because of that. What we did to those children is that for the first time, they will be able at school to log in, and therefore when they proceed to tertiary institutions, they will then be able, together with their counterparts, to log in. And for me, that is important. For our children, it means nothing because we give them cell phones and so on and so forth. But for those children, that was important. I thank you again. I therefore implore you to continue doing the commendable work, both in your individual and corporate capacities. Let's try to make the Mandela Day not be once a year, but most often, so we can bridge the inequality gap that exists in our communities. I always say, end of the month, I like going to whatever restaurant that I like just to spoil myself, or to buy perfumes. I like perfumes, just to spoil myself. But on another day, you can decide that I'm not going to buy perfumes. I'm not going to take my children and everybody out this month. Instead, I'm going to go to the nearby school and look for a child who does not have a pair of shoes.